BSN. Finish first. Today on MMA 101.
Obviously, a submission is the best, easiest, quickest, most efficient way to win a fight. You attempt to break the guy's arm, and then when you feel him tap, you don't let it go and you don't apply more pressure. You stop where you're at until the referee breaks you. I don't want to sit back and it's not a point in my career, in my life to take stock of things. Obviously, a submission is the best, easiest, quickest, most efficient way to win a fight. You don't have to hurt yourself or even your opponent. You just get a submission. It's one of the essentials to fighting, I think. What makes it so fun. A guy can be losing the whole fight and then come back at the end and catch a crazy submission, and all of a sudden he wins a fight that he's been getting beat up on for 13, 14 minutes and wins in the last couple minutes. And that's why I like submissions like the guillotine, or, you know, crazy submissions like that, or guys falling into omoplatas. It's so fun for the sport. You need to learn every submission there is, not because you're going to necessarily do it, but you want to know when they're moving their hips this way, that way, exactly what they're setting you up for. Everybody has their certain jargon for every submission, but you want to know the process in setting it up. So your process is going to be similar to their process. It might not be exact, but where you put in your hips and your hands is going to be similar to where most people do when they're going for the same move. So, you know, when a guy starts separating your arm from your body and riding his knee up, you know he's probably looking to armbar that arm. You know, he's got one of two options. So you need to know the path to submission to stop it, I think, is one of the most important things. There are a lot of submissions out there, and there's a lot of new submissions coming out with different variations. They say nothing's new under the sun.
MMA 101 is brought to you by Synthesix, the official protein beverage of the UFC. In this game, only the strong survive.
And here we go!
You gotta be willing to fight into the end.
Forrest Griffin has defeated Shogun!
That's why Synthesix is the official protein beverage of the UFC. So now, you can fight longer, stronger, you can fight harder.
The man who helped to bring us to where we are today is the new light heavyweight champion.
Synthesix, the official protein beverage of the UFC.
Submissions are one of my favorite and least favorite things. I like to submit people. I never really try and hurt anybody. I've popped a couple joints, but nothing major. But submissions are the one thing the referee really has to get there when a guy's tapping. Because when you have a submission, you attempt to break the guy's arm. And then when you feel him tap, you don't let it go and you don't apply more pressure. You stop where you're at until the referee breaks you. And that's proper etiquette on the submission. In fighting, in anything, you don't go for it. If the guy screams tap, taps you, stop where you're at until the ref breaks you. Don't just say, yeah, I won, because, you know, maybe the ref didn't see it. So it's very important for the referee to see the submission. And also, you need referees that know jiu-jitsu, that know when a guy's gonna be in trouble, or at least know what's coming. There are a lot of submissions out there, and there's a lot of new submissions coming out with different variations. They say nothing's new under the sun, but, you know, there's always a different way to set it up or a different way to do something. And you want to really stay abreast of this and learn as much as you can about it. You're going to learn a lot through your training partners, training with as many different people with as many different skill sets as possible. My favorite submission is probably the rear naked, because you're really not in a position where the other guy can do damage to you. You choke him out, you're not even hurting him. You just, you know, it's a submission. You're going to get that dominant position. In jiu-jitsu, it's the most valuable position, the back, and you get the choke. You know, that's my favorite submission, and it's what I always am looking to get, take the back and set that up. I watched The Notebook in a room with 6 other dudes that are all professional fighters.
Oh, did you have nothing else to watch?
We didn't really know. I don't know. Like, one of the guys, it's when I was living in a hardcore dorm, which was just a filthy apartment. And I think one of the guys that had a girl over, and that she actually left because the apartment was so filthy, but he'd rented that movie, and like 6 of us sat and watched it. There's like Cole Miller and Micah Miller also. They were in there. They were watching The Notebook. And one guy actually like started to tear up at the end. And the rest of us were all like...
Forrest, let's talk about your favorite moment of your career thus far. You've had some great moments. You've won the light heavyweight championship. You've had some incredible come-from-behind victories. But what stands out to you as being your favorite moment?
You know, as far as a favorite moment, where I'm at now, I don't really want to have a favorite moment. I'm not sure I have a favorite moment. You know, I don't want to sit back and it's not a point in my career, in my life to take stock of things. It's you know, it's kind of about staying hungry and looking forward.
The man who helped to bring us to where we are today is the new light heavyweight champion.
Next week on MMA 101.
So that's just a quick tip, hands up. It's a lot easier to go down reaction-wise than up.